Hello, folks. I'm going to be getting out in the garage again today. It's about 40 degrees out here in the man cave anyway. Don't know how warm it is out in the garage yet. Probably not much warmer. But I got a couple of things that I'm going to tinker with today. I'd like to get the bed bolted back down to the frame. And the gas tank, whenever I put it in, back when I got it running, uh, in order to just get it running, I got it up there and it's there. But the bolt holes, actually the nuts that are welded onto the bracket, if you guys remember, I bought one new bracket and used the old original bracket on the back. Well, that bracket being sitting out in the weather for so long, all of the nuts that are welded onto the bracket are all corroded. So I need to chase a tap through it to be able to get the bolts all the way in. I've just basically got it hanging there. So I got to get that done and find the ground. And I might do a little bit of cleaning in the shop. I'm not going to bring you guys along for any of this, but I just wanted to let you know what we're doing. I've also been working on my daughter's cabinets, and we've made a lot of progress with that. One of the things that we determined yesterday was that the cabinet doors that were originally on, that we were just going to paint white because of the way they were made. They're too large for the areas, and they tried to use two doors where typically only one door would be used. Anyway, if we were to try to put them back on as they were, the doors will collide with each other and it'll actually mess up the paint. So basically what it boils down to is we're going to get new cabinet doors for all of the cabinets and the drawer facings. So I got a friend of mine that does cabinet work, so he's making us some doors and drawer facings. And once we get those in from him, then we can go ahead and paint the doors and install them. And then that project will be pretty much done. Everything else is taken care of. I've got the countertops on. They do need to be glued down still. I got the countertops on, and all the top cabinets are painted. The bottom cabinets still need to be painted, but my daughter's going to take care of that. And then I'll paint the doors and the drawer facings with a spray gun. I bought a touch-up gun from Harbor Freight to do that with, because it doesn't need much air pressure, and I don't have a big air compressor over there. All I have is my little, I don't know, little Craftsman. It's small, but that it should run that at least for a little bit. I may have to wait a little bit to get it, but I will post a video of that painting those cabinet doors whenever we get to that point. But for today, I'm just going to tinker around in the shop a little bit, and I may put some still pictures in if I have something that I want to show you, and then we'll do a little bit of closing thing, and we'll be done. But anyway, whatever we do today, I'll bring you along for the ride. I wanted to show you guys. You guys hear me talk about Dad's truck and all this. This is Dad. This was his memory wall that we put up next to his casket. It's got pictures from here. It's about 5 foot tall of nothing but Dad and family and us. Me, my dad, and my brother. Anyway, and there's my grandpa. But just want to let you know he is near and dear to my heart, no matter where I go. With all of us, he was a fantastic fellow. Anyway, I'll bring you along for the ride. It's not going to be much of a ride today. It won't be very bumpy, but I also wanted to say I appreciate everybody who has subscribed and commented on the videos. I really appreciate it. We're about 20, or maybe about 15 away from 1,000, so 985, something like that. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Okay, as you saw in the pictures there that I just put in there, I did get the shop cleaned up a little bit. At least I can see the bench now. I can walk around without getting my feet tangled up in extension cords and air hoses. I had 2 extension cords laid out, 2 air hoses. I got a whole pile, as you saw, I got a whole pile of trash here that I need to get me a garbage can for out here so that I can just put it in the garbage can as I use it. I've already busted my hand a couple of times and just cleaning. So I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll hopefully it's supposed to be a nicer day tomorrow, a little warmer, and I'll get out here and start working on this bed. I got to clean the bed out. How many times have you guys heard me say that? I've been procrastinating. Anyway, clean the bed out and see if I can locate those bolt holes and get the bed bolted down, pull the tank back down a little bit, and tap those bolt or nuts and get the tank up for good, and then call that finished. And then we'll be on to other things. There's one thing I wanted to do today. I've been carrying this piece of PEX tubing around with me for quite a while because I saw a little trick on YouTube about fixing the doors on these things, or at least temporarily fixing them, which works for me, but it should just close. You have to slam the crap out of it in order to get it to go. So what they say to do is take a piece of 1/2 inch PEX and cut it to size, cut it down the middle, and put it over, let me bring it in and show you. Put it over this part right here of the latch. So I'm going to grab my little cutter thing and try this and see if it works. I'll bring you right along with me with it. Okay, so what they say do is just put this up there, mark it. It's right there. I've got one of these tools. I will tell you right now to be very careful with these. These blades are very sharp. And trust me, I know for a reason I'm stupid. And I've cut myself pretty bad with it. But just find your mark there. Cut it. Put it down. Open it back up. This is the tricky part. Cut it lengthwise, like that. And then, this is going to be interesting too, isn't it? That's some pretty tough stuff. It goes on the floor. It's tough for an old fat guy to bend over like that. There it is. So. Well, that part ain't real easy. Huh. How in the world you get that stay open big enough to get it on there? Small. I got big old fat hands. Now you know how I cut my hands up all the time. There we go. That got it. That fits on there really nice and snug. All right. Let's move you back a little bit and see what happens when I shut the door. Oops, sorry about that. I tripped over something, believe it or not. All right. Wow. Well, maybe not so much. It is better. Couldn't do that before. Yeah, it works pretty good. Some people are going to say, yeah, you fix your hinges and blah, blah, blah. This door doesn't move at all. The hinges are fine. It's just that striker. That is a lot better. Okay, I'll do the other side and see if it works the same way on that side. Okay, now this door here might be even a little worse than the driver's side doors for some reason. You gotta slam it hard. And again, there's no play in the door. So, try it again. See if it works twice. Can you even see the striker down here? There, turn a little bit and zoom in. If I remember how to do it. Whoa, that zoomed in way too far. There it is. All right. Well, I left my pencil on the other side. I'm just going to mark it with my finger and try not to cut my finger off. Is that about right? I think so. Probably had enough to do 3 doors there. Okay, cut through. Now the fun part, getting it on there. Almost. There we go. I don't know how the other fellow did it, but I'm putting the slit in back here. Worked on the other side, so we'll give it a shot on this one. See if it helped the door now. Close this thing up before I cut myself with it. Oh, much better. Yep, that works. Okay, well, I'm going to call that task a success. That went pretty easy. The only thing that the video that I saw, I've seen several actually of this trick, didn't show you was putting it on the striker. That's probably the hardest part of the whole thing, is putting it on the striker. I mean, I'm not real great with plumbing. Damn it, Jim. I'm a mechanic, not a plumber. But anyway, that was definitely the hardest part of the whole job, is getting it on the striker. But as you see, it can be done. If an old fart like me can do it, anybody can. But I know that I was going to continue this one on tomorrow, but I really don't think there's a lot to show you tomorrow. It's all under the truck, and it's stuff that you've seen before, bolting down a bed, and the tank stuff is I'd be going backwards and then putting it back up. But so I'm gonna call this one done for tonight, and thanks for coming along for the ride. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye.